Hey guys, Coach Ben here, and you are listening to the Benchcast. And we are here with our guest, Nicky Mammoth.
Hey.
And we already got some crazy Instagram questions coming in already. What do we got, Elvis?
Crazy?
We got from St. Dennis the Menace. How
Whoa.
long have you been doing Strongman?
Oh.
That's a good question to kick us off on.
Yep.
It's been about 2 years, 3 years actually competing.
I feel like it's been 3 years because I was at your first meet. Was
Yeah.
that not 2015?
I don't know. You know better than I do.
I think it's 3 years.
I blacked out at that meet. I don't even remember it.
3 years, and how'd you get the name Mammoth?
You gave me that
That's
name.
not your. Everyone asks. That's not your real name.
No, I get that question a lot.
So what's your real name?
My name is Nicholas Garrido. Yeah. Now you know why I don't go by that.
Everyone always has a nickname when they come on, so we go over real names first.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't introduce me as like Nick Dorito, because I've gotten that a lot. But yeah, you gave me that nickname because you posted this crazy mammoth picture on Facebook, and then I don't wear shoes. I'm hairy, and I always knock stuff over. So you're like, oh, he's like a mammoth, so it was endearing.
He's got the beard, shaved head. He's got good
Like mammoths do.
Yeah, exactly like Mammoth.
He's a big guy. He's woolly, so what the hell? But you took it, you ran with it. Now you're Nicky Mammoth.
Oh yeah, everyone knows me by mammoth now. I even got the belt.
Yeah, he got a custom Pioneer Fit belt. Says what, Mammoth on the back? That's it.
Yeah.
Got the cool logo.
I got the cool Star Wars logos going on. Of course.
Oh, shit.
Gotta represent.
Yeah, that's it's a badass belt. I love that thing.
So
So let's take it back to that first strongman meet. So for everyone listening, you're not really a power lifter like we're accustomed to having on the air.
No, I'm a real man.
You identify as a strongman.
Yes.
So your first meet, we're saying about 3 years back.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you wouldn't call it a meet, right? You'd call it a show.
Yeah, if you want to be like cool.
So we went to that show in the summer. It was in Pennsylvania. It was at the York Barbell Hall of Fame. It was a great venue. It was outside. I assume most of these things are outside.
Yes.
I'm not like an expert strongman guy, but it seems like they're all outside.
Unless it's nationals. Nationals is usually inside.
Probably because you need the room, right?
Yeah.
So we went down there. Beautiful venue. It was outside. Turned out to be a good day. It was hot.
Hot as hell.
Very
Oh my
hot.
God.
So what were your emotions going through that day? I mean, you've been training for that for a while, right? And then here's the day. First strongman show.
See, it was weird because I have anxiety issues and stuff like that, and I was worried about how I was going to do in front of people, and that was the least of my problems. Once I got out there, I thought I was the cock of the walk. I thought it was the greatest thing on earth. It was awesome. And
You did have a little pep in your step.
yeah, I was ready to go. The heat got to me and ended that real quick, but getting ready for the competition, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I research everything front and back to the point where my girlfriend needs to pull me away from the computer. So I knew what to expect, but I didn't really have ever done it before. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna do what the lifts were, like the circus dumbbell and the yoke.
Did they tell you beforehand of this particular event?
Yes, but
So you knew all of them.
Yeah, but it can change. Like I could have shown up that morning. They're like, "Oh, listen, we had a equipment problem. We're not doing that anymore." So
Really, it's up in the air.
yeah, it really.
Sometimes
is.
they don't tell you, right?
No, sometimes they don't. Like sometimes they have this fun thing called a mystery event. And
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah, that just means that you don't know what to do.
Yeah, you know, it's like CrossFit but stronger.
Exactly, real men
Stronger
to strong men.
implements, yeah.
hmm
Yeah, so that was your first. I remember you had the T-shirts. There were some badass T-shirts. I think I still have mine.
Okay.
It had like an outline of yourself.
Yeah,
Like a
silhouette.
shadow, yep, silhouette.
Mhm.
So that was badass. So it's basically your body on this shirt, and it had the saying. You remember the saying on it?
It was. There's always going to be somebody stronger or faster than you. It's up to you how much stronger and faster they are.
And then your name at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a badass shirt. Loved that shirt. But you had the whole crew out there. Who was there again?
Oh my God, everybody! My girlfriend, my mom, Andy was there. You were there.
Yeah, the
else
whole
was
crew.
Got a whole big show
First
in there.
event.
Yeah, I got entourage.
And, you had the whole tent set up. I think that's really cool about Strongman. You got your own little camp set up outside. You got the tent. It's
Yeah.
almost like you're sunbathing out at the beach or something.
And then you're lifting weights.
Everyone's chilling, and you're just watching people lift things that are freaking heavy
Mm-hmm.
in different ways, too. It's not the same lifts all the time.
No.
That's what I appreciate about Strongman, is powerlifting can get kind of boring.
It's a little tedious.
Let's face the facts. You're benching, you're squatting, you're deadlifting.
And so is the next person.
It's what it is.
Mhm.
Everyone's doing the same shit. But at this, like sometimes you can't even perform an event. Like,
Yeah.
some people just can't lift it.
You
for
don't get to
whatever
pick your
reason.
weights.
But sometimes you crush one event, suck at another event, do all right at another, kind of all levels out.
Mhm.
But what would you say your best event is? I remember that one. What was your favorite? I remember you struggled a little bit with the yoke at first because I think it was your first time ever under a yoke.
I didn't even get to train the yoke, so that was miserable. And they left that damn thing out in the sun. So after the competition, I had blisters along my back, so that was miserable. But my best event, hands down, is overhead press. You give me anything, I'll put it over my head.
Yeah, you seem very into the overhead press,
Mhm.
and that's something that I actually wanted to go over with you later on. But that's a huge part of strongman, overhead pressing. I always joke, strongman's everything I suck at. Overhead pressing,
Okay.
deadlifting, carrying heavy things, all that stuff.
Besides
Conditioning.
emotional baggage.
Conditioning. So, that was probably your best event, overhead press?
Oh, without a doubt.
I don't really like the incline. I saw an incline log at once.
Yeah, that was my second
I
competition.
probably crushed that. I got little arms. That was a fun. And I remember that one too. They loaded up kids in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
And this is pretty badass. It's like not even sandbags or anything. You're just throwing kids, you're throwing human
Literally.
beings into the back of the truck.
Yeah.
And it's part of the competition.
Mhm.
That was pretty badass.
Very regulated.
Yeah. But everyone was moving the same amount of kids, so it's good to go.
Exactly.
But if one of them had to go to the bathroom or something, you're freaking stuck in the back of that truck.
Uh-huh.
Get back in there, kid.
Hold it. Pop. We don't care.
Someone's got to pull you around. But that's what I like about Strongman. Just kind of the randomness of the events, a lot of different events. It's just really cool to see. I was ever see a Strongman event.
Only at the Arnold. It was.
Sorry.
Sorry he couldn't make it to the Arnold.
Yep.
He didn't get the invite.
It definitely looks really interesting. I wanted to ask you if you know the difference. What's the difference between a strongman and something like Highland Games?
Highland Games, you're doing a lot more weird stuff, and you're throwing a lot more stuff.
Okay.
I don't know the names particularly, but there's one where you're pretty much running and throwing a telephone pole,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you're throwing a bale of hay like 15 feet in the air using a pitchfork. So it's, in my opinion, it's really cool, but it's like it's really hard to train for it.
I can imagine. So it's all real hard.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a lot more beer involved with Highland Games.
Yes.
Like that's
It's
just you just
yeah.
go because you want to be kind of like Strongman, but wear a kilt and drink more beer.
Yeah, pretty much, and throw things with pitchforks.
Yeah. So I think that would be more up my alley. I would like to.
That's
throw
up
things
everyone's
and drink
alley.
Beer.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So I might try that someday.
You should.
Maybe get a kilt.
Toss the kilt on and get ready to go.
What the hell?
Just start throwing things.
Do they do those around here? Do we know?
There's
Long Island, New
one
York?
in, I think, Old Westbury, but you have to join like a club to participate in those Highland Games.
Very exclusive.
Yeah. I don't know how you join it. I've looked into it, and there's only like one on Long Island that I've seen.
Interesting.
Figure if you bring enough beer, they'll just let you in.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Beer and a kilt, you're in.
That's it.
Just be slightly inebriated.
So we talked a little bit about the difference between strongman, powerlifting is pretty obvious. Strongman and Highland Games. And we don't really have to touch on CrossFit. We all know what CrossFit is.
Yeah.
So, how you train for strongman versus how we might train for powerlifting? It's very random, like the events.
Mhm.
So you got a lot to train for. Powerlifting, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
You're doing variations of the lifts.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But how would you approach your strongman training? What have you done in the past?
Well, with powerlifting, you pretty much know that you need to do waves, blocks, periodization, obviously. With strongman, you need a lot more general physical preparedness, UPP. So you might, let's say, do your squats, superset it with sled pulls. You might do your squats and superset it with like carrying cute girls in the gym or something like that.
Weight pressing all the women in the gym.
Exactly. You gotta be ready to move people. So what I've done in the past is I've used a basic powerlifting template because you need to be strong at those three, and then I'll be more specific in my accessory work. So, so if I know I have a competition coming up and I have the events for it, and let's say there's going to be an Atlas stone, I'll start doing more flies so my chest gets stronger, more rows so I can pick up the stone from the floor and stuff like that. So I'll be more powerlifting in my main movement and more strongman in my general movement. And recently I started doing giant sets. Shout out to Brian Alsrew.
It's a lot of shit all together. No rest.
No rest. So my last program I did, I went from, what was it, kettlebell swings, squats, planks, and then med ball slams, working up to 1 rep max. That was miserable. That was just miserable.
Imagine. The conditioning's got to be a whole nother level. And you're a big guy.
Yeah.
So you got to move.
A lot.
Yeah.
And quickly. And you have to rest only 60 seconds in between each giant set. So I found that kind of programming really shot my conditioning up and really made me generally prepared for whatever they throw at me. That's what I was using for this competition that was coming up.
Were you winded at first, your first competition?
Yeah. My conditioning for my size has always been really well, for whatever reason. I've always been very quick, and I've always been very well conditioned, but after the second event, I realized how much more my conditioning can improve.
Yeah.
So I always make sure to add stuff on my off days, or more giant sets, throwing some jump ropes in between my work and stuff like that. Don't sit around and wait, pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what that would probably catch me by surprise is conditioning.
Yeah,
It's
you
on
always
a
have
whole
to be
nother
moving.
level.
It
I mean,
is.
powerlifting, if you can just get in there, do 9 attempts,
Yep.
You're good.
You're good to go.
And that could take all day.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. That's a whole nother level of conditioning. But I'm sure that's what makes it fun as well. It's just so much more to train for.
Oh, yeah.
And the specificity of it, I think, is pretty cool. Like you were saying, training your chest and that fly motion to get ready for the Atlas stones. You think about how you're grabbing the stone. I mean, you're kind of coming over it kind of like a fly anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how you have to kind of
You have to dissect
you
everything.
have to pick your accessories smart.
Yeah.
And everything, like really everything for a strongman program is super targeted to where it all has a spot, like a specific reason it's in there.
Yeah.
Whereas powerlifting, you only have so much to play with. You gotta get some variations in there.
Yeah, of
but
course.
It's mostly to change the stimulus. It's all kind of the same.
Yeah.
You have such a larger exercise pool to pick from when you're programming in.
Exactly.
I think that's the real
Issue.
there. Yeah.
Instead of close grip bench versus regular bench versus wide grip bench versus bench with chains. It's like you're just benching still.
Yeah.
So you just talk about a little bit how you train for the upcoming meets. I know everyone's a little bit different. However, what I've seen in the past is strongman will train the power lifts. They always seem to train the power lifts because they really hit everything pretty general, lower, upper body.
Yeah, of course.
So you're getting a good baseline of strength. So I'd see them train the power lifts, usually, the same as a power lifter almost, with some uniqueness to the accessories and some other stuff thrown in, maybe something with a log, some stonework. But mostly kind of doing the same thing as a power lifter, just getting that same training in. But then there's always like an event day.
Yeah.
There always seems to be an event day with a strongman, which
Yeah.
I think is really cool. And that seems to be just a day where you either take the events you're going to do at the meet or the show, and or just put something together and you're just moving stones, you're carrying farmers carries, whatever the case may be. But is that how you have an event day?
I used to have an event day, and I found that it was too much for me because let's say you have 5 events. You go in, you train 5 events to, let's say you do 3 speed and 2 maximal, you're going to get worn down. So I found if you spread the event day out and then condense it as you get closer to the competition, it works better. So let's say you do 10 weeks before you meet and then another 3 weeks before you meet, and those last 3 weeks you condense from, let's say, a 3 event day week to a 2 event day week to a 1 a day event week, and then you do your competition. I find that doing everything on one day right away just burns you out way too quick.
Okay, so you like to split it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense because, again, that's probably the most specific you're going to be is doing actual events.
Exactly.
And you don't want to do too much at once because, if you're bringing it for that first exercise, that's why we always have a main movement for powerlifting, because by the time you're in accessories, you're burnt to shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you want to be fresh. You want to bring it every single time you're touching those events. So you probably put those in, somewhere on those other days. Maybe start with them as a main movement.
Exactly.
All right.
So this way I'm fresh. Because if you do it, let's say on a Saturday, which is what every strongman does, by event 3, sure, you're training it in the competition style, but by event 3, any work you're getting from it, you're not really reaping the benefits of. You're just burning yourself out and digging yourself in a deeper hole.
some of the craziest exercises that you've done in training? I saw a video of you.
God, here we go.
I think pulling some truck in some parking lot.
I
I've
do that a
seen
lot.
a video of you loading kids on some kind of Santa sleigh ride thing in the middle of the street. I forget the whole deal. It's a whole gimmick. And you were pulling kids down the street, freaking everyone out.
If he's not dressed as Santa or a reindeer, you have to do it again.
It's not anabolic.
You always have sandals on.
Always.
You've done some crazy bullshit. You've thrown stones into power lines. Is that true?
Not stones. I've thrown empty propane tanks.
Okay.
Empty propane tanks.
Into power lines.
Mm-hmm.
So, why don't you summarize some of the craziest bullshit you've done so far?
How do I summarize this? I can't. So, again, in strongman, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, and you don't know the quality of what you're lifting. Because I've gone to competitions where it's literally like a dumbbell taped to other things. So, and it's all very expensive, and the gyms are hard to find. There's one like in Long Island City, and I'm not driving 3 hours to go train strongman lift. So, there's be times where I need to work on a truck pull, so I'll hook up my car, my mom's car together, and pull it in a harness in a parking lot for like 100 feet, which is miserable. There'd be times where the only thing I could throw is propane tanks. So there was a weight over bar event, so I had to train it. So I threw propane tanks into a trampoline, sometimes to hit the trampoline, sometimes the power lines. There was times where to get ready for a truck pull, I would load up a tire on asphalt because there's more friction. With plates, kegs, and my girlfriend's younger brother, great for Instagram videos, it's the best shot ever, and I would drag him down the block. For squats and stabilities with that, makeshift earthquake bars with PVC pipes, you name it. Nothing on a Bosu ball, or whatever the hell they're called. Never done that before. But it's usually me just finding the cheapest ways to make whatever I need to train.
Elvis, if he sends in some clips, can you throw that in the podcast?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone wants to see this thing with the kids now.
Okay, yeah.
That was a great video.
Definitely.
Make sure you send that in, and we're going to put it all into this podcast, and they're going to see it right now.
Okay.
That was awesome.
And that's a good one. It sounds like there's almost no standardized equipment like there's in powerlifting, obviously. There's bars, some weights, plates, and everything. Everything's pretty much the same from meet to meet.
Mm-hmm.
For you, from show to show, it's obviously all going to be different.
Oh, yeah. With the inclusion of Rogue now being so into strongman, things are getting a lot more standardized, a lot more commercialized, but still, there's no guarantee that you're going to get the thing A that you got on thing B, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it makes things a little bit more challenging to train for.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a gym that even has strongman equipment, I mean, you're just grabbing random shit, making your own, or just making stuff up and to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, propane tank. I'm sure you would love a keg, but if you don't have a keg, what the hell are you gonna do?
They're not always in.
I got 4 kegs sitting back at my house in Massachusetts. You can come by and grab anytime.
I'll throw them over here.
I got a huge ass tire he can't get rid of anymore.
Okay.
So you can take that anytime. But yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, it's easy to train powerlifting. You find a barbell, you can get it done. But
it takes a lot of ingenuity for strongman.
You got to MacGyver some things.
Where do you train now? You have a specific place? You still makeshift in the backyard?
Since I moved, I can't really make shift. I don't think my landlord would appreciate me like digging up the dirt.
A place now?
Yeah,
you don't have a yard, right?
No, I don't have a yard. It's Ultimate Gym in I think Hicksville it is.
Mm-hmm.
So the owner's really great. He lets me bring in all my personal strongman equipment. There's another strongman there. He brings his stuff. We got stones in the back, tires we can flip in the back. He has prowlers. He lets me bring my farmer handles. He's a really cool guy. So luckily, I can now train strongman in the air conditioning for the most part.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's real
a good
nice,
place.
especially in the summer.
Oh yeah, with this
AC.
heat.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's nice that you got a place to train, because a lot of people, I imagine, if you're into strongman and you don't know where the hell to begin, it's kind of hard venturing out trying to find a gym that caters to Atlas stones and all that other stuff you have. I didn't know at first, so a tire, really easy to get your hands on. Just go to any tire place, and they're happy to get rid of them for the most part.
Oh yeah, they're more than happy.
So you throw them in a truck, take them off. So that's a quick tip for getting the tires.
Steal them from a construction site if you need a big one.
Mm-hmm. Just run quick.
Just run real quick.
The kegs, not so much. I don't know. I was lucky. They were getting rid of them at our gym, so I was able to scoop some of those up. Do you have any tips for grabbing a keg?
You can go to like a liquor store that actually like sells kegs, like for like parties and stuff like that. They ask you for a deposit, just don't bring it back. It's not really legal, I found out, but hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And you can
need a keg, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. I've actually gone to places, told them that I was Strongman, and I was like, listen, I need to buy a keg. They're like, okay, the deposit's like $20 or whatever it is. I'll let you take the keg. I won't fill it with alcohol or anything like that. Just take the keg. It's broken anyway. So if you go to the people, they might know what Strongman is, they might not, but this guy just happened to, and he was like, oh yeah, that's really cool. We're talking about Strongman, and he gave me the keg for $20.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's badass.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool.
So, then you got a keg, you got a tire now. What are some other pieces you'd want if you're starting out? Farmer's handles. I mean, those are pretty easy to get. You buy online.
Yeah, you can buy those online. And if not, you can always use dumbbells. It's not the same, and they're going to get in the way and bang into your thighs, but it's better than nothing.
Like, how'd you start out? You knew you wanted to do Strongman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell equipment did you first get? Like, let's say you don't even know where you shop. Let's say you're a total beginner and you're looking to get into it. You don't know where to shop. You don't know where to begin.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know what the events are.
What are baby's first steps?
Yeah.
I would get some sort of fat grips of some sort. I have iron bowls, I think they are. It's 3 inches around.
Those
So
are
it's
big.
yeah, that's like a 2-liter bottle of soda you put on a dumbbell. So you could put that on anything. You could put it on a barbell to simulate an axle. You could put it on a dumbbell to simulate a circus dumbbell. So definitely get a very big fat grip. And then go to Dick's Sporting Goods, or any sporting goods store, I'm assuming, and get a deer dragging harness. And you can actually use that to pull trucks. And it's only like $10. They're like dirt cheap.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I got one for like
I know.
300, 100.
Trust me, it's a lot more comfortable. Mine digs in a little bit,
Yeah,
but
that makes two.
I've pulled 15,000 pounds of truck before in mine.
Yeah.
Just hurts more. And I would get a decent belt. Those would be the two first things I would get, because that with the belt you're probably looking under $100, and it's a great. You can bring it to any gym, and hardly anybody would have a problem with you doing what you want to do with it.
So fat grips.
Deer dragging harness.
Okay, get the harness.
Get a
that
belt.
Big? That's usually on all the events, right? You're just dragging something.
You're dragging something or you're pulling something, and you can always put the belt on backwards and just walk backwards with it.
Okay.
So you can always do that.
So, freak out the people in your neighborhood, or find an empty parking lot, I guess. Whatever. I freaked out the people in my neighborhood.
Cops will stop. I've been stopped by cops asking me what I was doing in the middle of a parking lot, but it's all right.
Dragging cars. What the hell?
Yeah.
It's not against the law, man. Can't do anything.
Got something needs pulling.
I got you.
So now you got those basics. Now you want to kind of splurge into some other areas here.
Okay.
Like, what are some other events, and where do you shop for like accessories? Where I know Powerlifters, Elite FTS is really big. I know you said Rogue's starting to get more strongman friendly. But what's like your main go-to websites you check out?
I would definitely stick with Elite FTS because they're amazing. They sell everything.
Okay.
Dave Tate is the man. What else? Rogue, like you said, they're a little bit more expensive, and I don't really know how much more they're worth the money. I've used Cerebus before, Cerebus, however you want to pronounce it. I wasn't a big fan of their sandbags. Mine ripped really quickly. But you can always make stuff. If my next step would in splurging, quote unquote, would be Atlas Stone molds, which you can get from Slater Strength, and
Because then you can just put concrete and make them.
Yeah, you can just make your
It's
own.
cheap after that.
exactly. You could put styrofoam balls in it or weights in it to make it heavier or lighter if you use a styrofoam. And then I would honestly invest in a good safety squat bar. That bar has done more for me than anything.
So you use that majority of your training.
Yeah, because from strongman, your shoulders get beat up so hard that to crank underneath a standard barbell is
Yeah,
just
it's tough, huh?
yeah, my hands go numb real quick.
That's interesting because I remember when I was training for the Arnold Full Power, that bar I would use every week. I was real adamant about it because I felt like being in the squat suit, having that higher bar position, very, very easy to kind of get pulled forward with the bar.
Yes.
And I always loved how the safety squat challenges that. You have to really stay upright, and then the core demands are there. Big
It's
time.
insane.
So I was adamant about using that bar. I had 12 weeks of prep. I used it 12 weeks straight. Well, I guess 11 because I had a week off in there. But 12 weeks straight. And, if it wasn't main movement, it was a secondary movement with, bands around my knees or something.
Yeah.
And doing something with the safety squat. So it is a great bar. Do you have a SS yoke one from Elite FTS?
Yeah, somebody at my gym was lucky enough to use it, bring it in, and then quit the gym and just lift the bar there. So I was lucky enough to get it for free.
Did you play around with a transformer bar yet?
I wish.
I have one of our team lifters, Adam. He has a transformer bar, and he has some mobility issues. So we took him away from the straight bar for a while, and he's been really putting that transformer bar to use.
I heard it's great.
I'm sure he's happy about. Got all these different settings. I don't even know half the things. I think there's a low bar setting type of deal. There's like a regular
foot massage
squat.
setting. Yeah, it's crazy.
No, there's just one for everything there.
Oh.
So he's been putting that to use, but it's nice because it's not just your standard yoke bar or your SSB bar. It's it has all these different variations to it. So you get different stimulus every time. It's not exactly the same. So it saves your shoulders, but allows you to get some different variations.
Yeah.
So I love that bar. Well, at least I haven't tried it, but I love the idea of it. Do you know how much those go for? I don't even know. You have to buy them from Kabuki, huh?
Yeah. I have no idea how much they go for.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to get your hands on. Try that baby out.
He's always having sales, though, so.
Yeah. All right, we'll have to pick one up someday.
You can search quicker. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Elvis is on the keys right now. He's looking it up.
Come on.
This is free advertising for Kabuki Strength.
Come on, we're plugging him. Send us a bar.
$5.99 for version 3.
$5.99?
I'm going to need you to send him his check after. The invoice, send him the invoice because we did free advertising.
Am I
We
doing
don't do
Kabuki
that.
and Ultimate Gym, or are they?
Yeah, both of them,
All right.
please. We don't do these things for free.
No.
All right.
All right, going on, Lily. What's your favorite strongman? There's a lot of big guys out there. I think it's more well known now. There's some documentaries out. There's, it's always so big at the Arnold. I think the Arnold's less strong, like less bodybuilding now, and more. It's all about the strongman.
Well, yeah,
Everyone
definitely.
goes to see them. I know when I go, I'm mostly looking forward. I don't even care about competing anymore. I just want to watch the strongman because it's so badass.
It's really cool.
It's fun because it's always a good battle.
Yeah.
You got the best guys in the world all coming together in Columbus, Ohio, and battling it out. So I always enjoy watching that. It's hard to get up there. That main stage gets packed, but
Real quick.
yeah. I was mad because last year I missed. They did this new event. I guess it was like a random rock. It was just like a boulder.
Natural stone lift, yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. It's just like a freaking boulder. There's no smooth to it. It's just a boulder, and you gotta like lift it up.
Those are easy to find too. You can train with those.
Yeah,
I've done it.
but I mean, if one of the handles doesn't really suit your body right, you're effed.
Oh yeah.
It's just what it is. But that's the randomness of strongman. But I wish I saw that event. You've been to the Arnold, right? You went last couple of years ago?
2 years, I think. 2 years ago. That was
You were
incredible.
probably all over the strongman, no?
Oh yeah, that was the first thing I did. I didn't even care who was selling what, giving away what. Beelined it.
You just wanted to see it, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And I see Brian Shaw breaking records every year. It's crazy how they continue to break records.
Yeah, him and his stone. Like every year, he just wants to break his own record by 5 pounds.
So who's your favorite? I mean, you got Brian Shaw. You got Zavickas is always in it, right?
Oh yeah, Big Z.
Then you got Thor.
I really like Eddie Hall because he's such an instigator.
Hall, yeah.
He's always causing problems. He's always talking shit, and he's always getting people mad at him, and I love it. And he did what he said. He won World's Strongest Man, and he retired. He's not coming.
That's it for him?
That's what he says, and he's stuck to it so far. So I'm happy with that. I don't like when people are like, oh, I'm out, and the next year you see him at the competition. It's like, you're not out. You never were, poser.
I feel like strength sports a little harder to get out of because it's not like the pressure of being NBA or NFL or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
No one's. I mean, if you start to suck there, now your career is really kind of going down the tubes. Imagine if Tom Brady started having a couple really bad seasons where everyone started to want him to leave.
Yeah.
That's really
I mean, it's going to happen when he's like 58, though, at this point.
Yeah, 58.
I don't know about that. Maybe 70.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, strength sports, it's like you still respect the guy. I don't know. It's just, I feel like it would be harder to leave.
Yeah. Like, that's like
It's
Big Z, who is not competing nearly as of a high caliber as he used to be, but after losing weight and everything, he's just an absolute animal still, and people just want to see him be an animal.
Yeah. Now, didn't he win like a couple years back or something? Like, not too long ago.
He didn't win first place for like the last 2 years, 3 years, something like that. But he's won he's been doing this for like as long as I've been alive. So
Yeah.
he's got more medals than
That guy's like a legend.
he really is.
So is he your favorite? You like Eddie Hall, you said.
Yeah, I like Eddie Hall because he stirs the pot all
Who's
the
your
time.
favorite current guy if you had to pick someone else?
Someone current, it would probably be it probably would be Big Z, because he's just amazing, and I love how all the new people are. The new generation is pushing everything so hard, so much further, and Big Z just shows up and he does it anyway. So it's like he could have been doing this all along, but he didn't need to be that strong. They need to be that strong to beat him. Yeah. So it proves how much stronger he really can be.
Yeah, well, everyone pushes each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep going. Yeah, that's really key. Finding that training environment we always talk about.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of Brian Shaw? So you kind of sick of him?
A little. I'm probably gonna get like hate mail and like he's gonna show up at my door and like body slam me. But
talking shit, Nicky.
Yeah, really. Like, who are you? He's just like 13 feet taller than me, and
he's definitely not listening to the Benchcast. I highly doubt it.
I don't know. I heard it gets around.
Oh, we got some good views going on last month.
It's all Brian Shaw, just waiting for me to come on. But no, I just don't like the fact that he always either has an excuse, has one ready, or he's injured. After somebody like Big Z, who is like pretty much rebuilt from the ground up using like screws, duct tape, and plywood, then you have Brian Shaw's like, oh, I stubbed my toe the night before, and then my nail fell off, and that's why I couldn't win the log. It's like there's always a reason why he's not the best.
I see. He's a big guy. You don't realize how big these dudes are. Like, you know they're big in the videos, but like until you're there in person,
and
like,
you realize how tall 7 feet tall is.
They're just that much bigger. Like, you can see them from this like way back.
Oh yeah.
On the stage, they look like normal people on the stage from all the way back at the convention center.
Yeah, like you're in the parking lot, you still see them. Yeah.
It's really crazy. And I remember it was Kaz. Bill Kazmaier.
Yeah,
right?
the man.
He was in the bathroom, coming out of the bathroom. Even he's like still very impressive.
Oh yeah.
I was running into everyone trying to go to the frickin' bathroom, which is a little weird. Like being in the bathroom, all these legends around, and then Mark Henry's walking by, and I'm like, oh shit, it's Mark Henry, trying to use the urinal.
Nothing's coming out then.
But yeah, that's always a fun event. I love being at the Arnie, watching the Strongman. Always a good time. I feel like I always kind of get pissed. We joke how Ohio probably hates me because I always kind of talk a little trash. Nothing really going on in Ohio. It's kind of a weird city to have this biggest event.
Yeah, it really is.
But it's like you have to go. It's like I'm sick of going to Ohio because like every big event's in Ohio, and then you got to go to do the Arnie. So I'm traveling there like twice a year now.
It's a long drive.
I'm just kind of sick of going to Ohio. Like a short plane ride. Nothing really there. It's a long we always drive. We always end up driving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of the 9-hour, 10-hour drive. But like I feel you have to be there.
Oh yeah.
Arnold, you can't not be there.
There's a certain energy about it.
Yeah, like that's just like the total strength sport get together. Whether you're CrossFit, powerlifting, bodybuilding, strongman, like you always have to be at the Arnold.
Oh yeah.
It's not even it's like the Super Bowl event. It's like everything happens there. So I have to be there. As much as I sometimes just want to take a break from going to Ohio and doing that whole thing, it's like you have to be there. It's like you got no choice.
No.
You're either there or you're square. You know what I mean? And I'm round.
I think we both are.
So what you watched? You watched those Netflix documentaries?
Yeah.
You mentioned them. There's a couple out, right? What was it Born Strong or something? And then there was another one I was watching. Both follow all the strongmen. I think the last one was like they followed 4 specific. It was mostly about Eddie Hall. I think. Or was it just an Eddie Hall documentary, or was it Born?
No, I think
that was just for Eddie Hall, or what?
No, I think that one was where it was following Z, Shaw, and Hall. I think it was following those 3 people.
No, Thor too.
And Thor, sorry, Thor. Mr. Hollywood, forgot.
I remember that, yeah. So, I thought that was a really good one. I always get amped up watching that.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
And then the other one, I forget the other one, but those are really cool on Netflix. If you haven't watched those, make sure you go on Netflix, give those a watch. I know one of them's Born Strong. I don't know the other one, but it'll probably pop up. But those are really good documentaries. What's going on with West Side versus the World? Anyone know? Anyone know what the hell's happening?
Last I heard, you can correct me because you're about to Google, that it was only at the Arnold, like around the block at some random movie theater. They showed this movie.
Yes, that happened.
Yep.
And then no one's heard about it since. That's what I know.
The movie. A few people went to the movie. It was sold out both times. I think you had to have tickets ahead of time. But they got to see the movie, but I don't think the rest of the world has. So I don't know what's gone on. I don't know, would they run out of funds or what the hell happened, but I don't know if they got denied movie theaters.
Looks like there was like 5 screenings all in spring, all at like smaller gyms.
All little places?
Yeah, that's about it. 3 in Ohio, 1 in Australia.
So if you...
Australia?
Utah, South Carolina.
If you put out the money to help this thing, do you even get a DVD, or was it even out? Is that a thing? Is there any way to watch this, Elvis?
Sure.
I'm
Is there
sure
a
someone has
DVD
like a
around
stream
there
of it.
floating around?
Somebody call Louie and ask him.
But it doesn't look like there's like a legal way to get this on right now.
No way to get that.
No.
I really wanted to see that documentary, and I don't know what's going on with it.
It's been
really
like a few years in the making, too.
Yep.
Yeah, like if you send me a DVD or something, I'll gladly buy a DVD. I feel like they could be making money selling DVDs right now.
Well, he doesn't charge anything for his
downloads
gym.
Or something. Well, I don't think that's not Louis who made it. It's the filmmakers.
Oh, I thought it was like a GoFundMe, Patreon kind of thing from Westside.
No.
Not
It's actual
from
filmmakers.
yeah.
They're trying to get it into the movie theaters.
Oh, okay.
Man, I've been waiting for that to come out, though.
Maybe that's why. Maybe they want to try to get it into like major film.
Probably.
Yeah,
And
and then
yep.
wait, when that comes out, everyone's going to be 100% conjugate program.
100%.
100% conjugate program. They're going to be doing weird shit and bleeding from the noses. And all
You're going
this
to see
stuff.
90-pound dudes doing like Good Morning Banded chained box squats.
Yes.
Mhm.
A lot of that weird shit at commercial gyms.
You're going to see the smallest weight class powerlifting come in full equipment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be taped
Can't
onto
wait.
them.
Can't wait.
Children's size squat suit.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit about nutrition.
Okay.
So you're a big guy. How much you weighing in at nowadays?
Oh, my God, too much. 298, I think was the last
So
time.
you're barely cracking 300?
Barely.
You've been over 300 though, right?
Oh, yeah, well over 300 before.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously you're going to have to eat quite a bit to keep
Yeah.
up with that. Is that something, did you always have to eat a lot, or did you just kind of get up to that weight pretty easily? I don't know, what's the deal?
See, you've known me
Is it
for a
harder
while.
to lose or harder to gain, keep gaining?
I wish I could lose weight. You know, for the longest time, I've been on like a 4-year cut.
I've always known you as a big dude, and you're always kind of dieting or something.
I'm always trying to lose weight. I just cannot do it. I don't know why, but that's the thing. When I was at my heaviest, which was like 320 pounds, that was not intentional. I don't know what happened with that. I just blew up because I was eating rotisserie chicken and cornbread every day. I know. It makes sense. I'm just saying, at the time, I didn't think it was going to happen so quickly. So, you don't need GOMAD diets. Just eat cornbread and whole chicken. Whole
Sounds
chickens.
good to me. I'll take that.
It was good.
I
It
used to eat
was.
whole pizzas on the way to the gym.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll get a Domino's. I eat the whole thing.
That's
It's just
gross.
out of the way. That's really the gross part.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the casually on the way.
No wonder why I never trained with you. You
Oh,
stink.
That, and I told you about my calorie shakes. There was like a 3-something calorie shake.
Before bed.
1,000. Yeah, before bed.
Oh
but you don't have an
my
opportune time to eat it. You're going to bed after anyway.
I mean, you could divide it throughout the day.
It slams you.
Man.
I didn't think of that. That wasn't an option.
One day-
That wasn't an option. Just like me and not eating rotisserie
someone
chicken.
should have told me that earlier. Shit.
And one day we had a White Castle crave case pre-workout.
Oh.
I can't
Yeah,
only
someone brought
imagine
in
what a
20
pizza looks
White
like.
Castle burgers the first time I had it, and we're all eating them. But yeah, I gained 30 pounds in that like 2-month period because I wanted to fit
Wow.
my shirt better. It was like then it was Greg who told me, why didn't you just get a smaller shirt? And I was like, oh shit.
Because then I couldn't eat pizzas. If I had a smaller shirt, then I couldn't eat pizzas and White Castle before I squatted.
Yeah, true. Now I'm bigger than I was.
You know, this brings up a good point. You don't like cheese, but you like pizza.
Yeah, it's different kind of
Wait,
cheese.
hold on. What?
Yeah.
Like Parmesan or mozzarella. Those are okay.
It's American
It
cheese?
depends. I'm not the only one. We just had an intern. It's the same exact thing as me. Like, it's cheese in certain scenarios.
So, like,
It's
you don't like
cheese
American
by
cheese?
Scenario. No.
So you're a communist?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Glad we got that squared away.
You want that red square cheese? Yeah.
Yeah, no cheese. Like Parmesan or mozzarella. Usually I'm good.
Okay, the Italian in me can live with that.
Yeah. So,
Moving past the cornbread rotisserie chicken, what's your nutrition look like now?
Now it's a lot more intelligent. Thank God. I would probably die.
I think we're all a little more intelligent nowadays.
Yeah, thank God. Are you slinging pizzas?
Mm-mm.
Or did you like evolve to put the White Castle on the
good.
pizza?
No, I actually, shout out to Keto Deli, really helped me this past training cycle. Every training cycle, I try to like pick out something I'm not good at and I know can get me better, and nutrition was definitely one of those things.
Okay.
So he helped me get into like meal prepping and stuff. So like a day like today, we just had Costco hot dogs because I didn't have any meals prepped. But if I had meals prepped, that wouldn't be a problem. But I've been pretty regular with that and been eating pretty good. Pretty much steak and rice. Not that I'm doing a vertical diet or anything.
Yeah, you are.
I'm just eating steak and rice because skirt steak's freaking good.
Oh, it is.
What are you eating nowadays?
The whole vertical diet thing annoyed me because
I was gonna ask you about the vertical.
We'll
diet.
talk about it. I'll gladly talk about the vertical diet. But it started in high school. I would bring either chicken breast and sweet potatoes or chopped meat and rice, and I've been doing it since then. I would always have at least one meal a day where it was a pound of chopped meat and 2 cups of rice, which is pretty much the vertical diet. He uses whatever, like steak or whatever, but it's still meat and rice, whatever. I'll talk about that later. So now it's usually I'm just trying to get my calories in. Going back to the Netflix thing, I don't like the documentaries because people are like, oh, I want to do Strongman. Oh, Robert Oberst is doing 10,000 calories a day. That's what I need to do.
Oh my goodness!
And they don't realize that's for like a video. Or like Brian Shaw's eating 8,000 calories because he's literally 5 people. So
well, you don't think they do that on the regular? Or you're saying not everyone should do that?
Not everyone should do that. There's genetic freaks out there that are 6'8" and 300 pounds, and they're skinny that probably should be eating like Brian Shaw.
But you agree that they do that every day though, and they have to.
Yes.
That's not for show.
No, when you're looking at...
You never know. That's a lot.
When you're on YouTube and you're seeing Brian Shaw cooking meals with his kid and he's eating like 6 pounds of rice, I don't think he's doing that for every episode because at that point he's doing it every day.
Yeah. They're probably telling him to spice it up a little bit.
Probably. But with me, my big thing is peri-workout nutrition. The rest of the day I need work on because I don't meal prep. I usually cook in the morning because I cook breakfast, lunch, dinner for me and my girlfriend. And then I work 2 jobs, so whatever I cooked, usually from yesterday, I'll bring as my lunch for the next day. So it's usually the easiest thing to cook is just chopped meat. So I'll make a pound of chopped meat, homemade taco seasoning because it just tastes better and I can control the salt, and 2 cups of rice, and that'll be my lunch. And then if I'm still hungry later, on top of what I make for dinner, if I got to get my calories in, then I'll have more chopped meat.
Okay. All right, so it's kind of on the fly, I'd say. Like
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Don't get me wrong. It should not be on the fly.
This is not ideal.
This is not what I would recommend at all, but it's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like, if I prep my meals, I mean, you always have them in the fridge, so I grab them and I'll eat them. So it's kind of scheduled. And I do have the luxury of being here most of the time. I do most of my business, through the phone or laptop. So... as long as I have meals prepped, I don't really run into issue. But it's as soon as I don't have prep meals, that shit goes bad real quick.
It's amazing how quick.
You have to eat. Like, you're either gonna buy something that's not gonna be great, or you're gonna eat some random shit in the house that's not good.
Yep.
It's too easy to go out there and find some shit.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, like if I don't get food by this afternoon, I'm probably gonna buy a big sub, and with a big sub comes falling asleep after because it has mayonnaise and it has all the shit on it. The bread makes me sleep, and I know it's a horrible choice.
Bread makes me sleep. So you pound pizzas before you work out.
But I know because I'm not gonna have food by then.
I'm in the same boat. I'm not gonna point fingers.
I'm right now. I'm a ticking time bomb. Let's say this current point in time, I'm a ticking time bomb because I have no food in the house.
I always say 12 donuts is my limit because the 13th one makes you feel like shit. So as long as I have under 12, I'm good to go.
Elvis.
Yep.
You gotta build it up though. Like go with 12 and a half. Work on. Just work it up.
Mama didn't raise no chump.
Exactly.
That's a beautiful work capacity. Everyone should aspire to it.
Oh, I agree.
That's awesome.
I eat 2 and I'm done.
So let's go to the vertical diet.
Yep.
Oh God, please don't.
Because we all want to know because it sounds like you, like many, kind of sick of that fad.
Real quick too. It's more intolerable than paleo or keto. My big thing with the vertical diet is that it is nothing new, it is nothing special, and it's being passed around like it's the latest version of the Bible.
Yeah. And
he recommends basic things: sleep X amount of hours, eat X amount of meals, but it's not practical. I was watching a seminar he did. I might have been with Mark Bell, I'm not sure, and somebody asked him, I work nights, I can't sleep X amount of hours, what do I do? And he pretty much told the kid he's shit out of luck because his circadian rhythms are going to be out of whack, and he needs to get this amount of sleep at this point of the day because that's what's optimal. And same thing with the diet. He wants you to eat steak at every meal. I have my own apartment. I'm cooking for myself and my girlfriend. It's just not possible to feed 2 people steak at every meal. Like, and then you can't eat eggs because somebody might be allergic to eggs slightly. So he doesn't want you eating eggs. And he's too focused on optimal versus practical. And I don't like that.
So you know what I found out actually about eggs? It's that the egg whites have antibodies in them.
Okay.
So a lot of people who can't eat eggs can eat the egg yolk fine.
So he could put that in his book.
A little tangent about eggs that I learned about today.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's interesting because the egg white is there to protect the yolk.
And the yolk has the most flavor and all the nutrients.
Yeah, all the nutrition and everything, you're good to go.
So you don't need the whites, like chicken sperm. Who needs
Also, another quote I heard is, you do the best with what you can when you have it at the time you have it.
Exactly. And that's what I don't like about the vertical diet. It's too focused over optimal versus practical. Like I said, I'm huge on peri-workout nutrition. I think you should have citrulline malate, creatine, and highly branched cyclodextrin intra-workout. Can everyone afford that? No, it's expensive as hell. So drink Gatorade or bring a banana. I'm not going to tell you that if you can't do the optimal, that your diet's not going to work. That's insanity. Yeah. That's like saying, like, oh, I can't drive a car, so I might as well not get to work at all. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I'll tell you why it's probably so successful, because I remember Stan coming in, did a seminar. That's kind of when we all discovered Larry Wheels. It was the same day he came in, knowing who the hell he was. It's a guy with an afro.
As they often have.
And let me tell you, he did not know how to train triceps for one bit. Like, I don't think he knew what a tricep pushdown was. But, you know, now he is what he is. But he came in that day, and he was talking about nutrition. Vertical diet wasn't out or anything, but he was talking nutrition, and, you know, that guy, he's like, he could say anything, and you're just sold.
Yeah.
Everyone in the room sold, just the way he explains himself. He's the ultimate businessman.
Oh, he really is.
Why he's got all the success. He just knows how to, just the way he speaks and the way he markets, just you're sold from the start.
Oh, 100%.
And that's why it's been so successful, is he just knows how to carry that fire and make it grow.
Well, it certainly was the quality of the book. Did either of you buy the book?
No, I did not.
It's legitimately... Is it a book or what? It's just a book that tells you everything? Or how do you buy it? Like, what are you purchasing?
You get it from him, and all it is like a PDF slideshow kind of a thing with like all this information just shotgunned on the page, poorly written out. And I don't mean to be hypercritical of this thing, but for the money... And then you...
Like a little PDF.
Yeah, and it's like 3 pages long of just shotgun information. And then he cites some things at the bottom to back up what he says. But you can find a study to back up anything. Yeah. I can go find a study that backs up drinking Monster Energy drinks is going to make my feet explode. Like, having 1 or 2 studies, I'm sorry, does not make your argument that much more valid. Especially for the money.
I find that very impressive. That he could make something so big out of just that little bit.
Oh, I thought I got like the wrong copy at first, because I got to the end of it and I'm like, oh, it's just loading. It's not just loading. It was like 5 pages long. It was unbelievable.
I watched his 10-minute walk on it, and I thought I had like pretty much everything from like soup to nuts to like get everything I needed out.
Yes, yeah. There's nothing more. Oh, and that's another thing, the 10-minute walks. Oh, with the vertical diet, you have to do your 10-minute walks.
Yep.
But what if I'm at work and I can't walk for 10 minutes? Like, what did I tell my boss? Listen, send everything says I gotta go for a walk. Be right back. It's like, you can't always do that. I don't know.
I think that was one of the greatest things, that he did, the 10-minute walks, just to get people to move more.
Yes.
So like that I think is the hugely beneficial part of this.
Oh, yes.
But it's not like, oh, let me do a 20-minute walk before I have work, 20-minute walk after work. It's not going to be a huge difference in like 5-10-minute walks a day, you know.
No.
Yeah.
It still comes down to calories in versus calories out.
Well, how many walks is he saying you should do?
After every big meal. So 3. So you're supposed to do a 30-minute walk in total, 10 after every big meal.
So what's considered a big meal? Like
like a breakfast, lunch, dinner.
So
like
like a calorie range in that big meal? Like, is this...
Not really, but if it's a main meal, like, you don't need to take a 10-minute walk after you eat like a handful of goldfish.
3 walks a day, but after you're eating.
Yeah, after each meal.
Okay, and what's that supposed to do? I always find that helps me, like digestion or something.
Yeah, digestion and what is it, insulin sensitivity?
And, insulin sensitivity and how you partition nutrients.
Just from like experiencing moving around after eating, like it seems very required. required.
Well, we don't all eat that much, Benny.
Yeah, with the meals that you ate.
I'm thinking Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm planning my walk.
Let's be real. That's probably 3 of your meals right there is Thanksgiving dinner for the rest of us.
Okay.
So if you were into the vertical diet,
most times I
you eat your bread, and instead of taking a nap, do a walk.
Yeah.
That'd be you.
Yeah, okay. Or you could take a nap and then walk. Think about it.
I don't know. I don't know if you'd approve of that.
It's not exactly as he said it, so it's probably not approved.
Yeah, it's probably not.
All right, so no napping.
No napping.
Continuous walks.
Yep. Don't stop. Eat and walk.
Yeah, we discussed nutrition a little bit, like some things you're eating.
Mm-hmm.
You focused on like the intra-workout stuff.
Yes.
So, what type of things you do intra-workout? You got a shake, special shake? Or?
My big thing, like I said, is HBCDs, which are carbohydrates that are in a cyclodextrin shape, which I can clearly make with my hands. And what they do is pretty much shove nutrients into your muscles. Then I take citrulline malate, one for the taste, and because when it's bonded to malate, it's more effective. I take essential amino acids because they do everything branched chain amino acids are supposed to do, but they don't do. And then I take a creatine gluconate because I want my blood sugars and my insulin as high as possible while I'm working out. So again, if you can't afford all that, because again, citrulline, to go back to that real quick, that's better than arginine because arginine gets converted and it's not used as much. Citrulline gets turned into arginine and your body can actually use it. So that's why I use citrulline. But if you can't afford all that, like I said, you can go and buy Gatorade powder as long as it has some sort of sugar in it. You could throw creatine in there. You can throw amino acids in there. I would just recommend having some sort of carbohydrate intra-workout. That's all. And then you can always go from there. You can always get more expensive, more fancy from there.
Mm-hmm. And how much do you think that helped you?
Oh, a ton. I've noticed recovery-wise, I can handle a lot more volume, a lot more intensity while I'm drinking this stuff. Even my cardio and work capacity is so much higher when I'm drinking it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's something we all got to try then. So what are you saying it is again? You got the highly branched citrodextrins.
Yes.
You got
citrulline malate. Essential amino acids.
Creatine gluconate, essential aminos.
And that's it.
That's it? And
that's
then
it.
What do you put them in?
Water. I get my
water,
stuff.
You just put them all in there?
Yeah, I get
flavor to them, imagine, right?
No, if you get the stuff from True Nutrition, which I do, because they're third party tested and they're really cool people, you can pick out what flavors you want. I always get Corner Candy Store, and it just tastes like generic candy, like doesn't have a very specific candy taste. But with the citrulline malate, the malate makes it sour, so you're getting like a sour candy kind of flavor. It's pretty good.
All right, it's like flavored water. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're really big on that.
Yes.
And you said the rest of it still needs a little improving, but
yeah,
we talked about all that. So what's going on next for you? You got obviously you still compete in Strongman.
Mm-hmm.
You thinking about doing powerlifting meet? Or are you just gonna keep doing Strongman? And what's going on next for you?
I was supposed to do a Strongman meet, but because of certain life things, I wasn't able to do that. In 2 weeks, I won't be able to do that meet. But I'm thinking about doing a powerlifting meet. Right now, I'm just in an off-season kind of mode, so I'm doing bodybuilding kind of stuff, hypertrophy kind of stuff, and just generally moving. Because you can do that within an hour, and I can be in and out and done. But I'm thinking about doing the RPS meet in November. Is that what it is?
Yep,
It's going to be a load of meat.
Yep, it's going to be a lot of people going.
A load of meat.
Yeah, I know. Every time I talk to somebody, it's like the little old lady at my grocery store is doing interaction. It's like everyone's going.
I am that little lady at the grocery store.
Okay, you are. You're in disguise.
I'm in disguise.
Yeah, with his beard. Yep. There's a weird lady you ran into. Well, that's awesome. It's cool to see. That to be your first powerlifting meet.
Yeah, it's gonna be my first.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Do you have any strongman stuff on the horizon, or what's going on?
Right now, I'm gonna be trying to change my federation from Strongman Corporation to United States Strongman, and hopefully start doing more Strongman meets because they're more local based.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there is a different federation.
There's 2 right now.
2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hopefully it doesn't go crazy. You know, powerlifting. You
Oh, you
60 something.
I know it's worse than wrestling.
It's nuts. So 2 right now
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't really make a big difference, right?
No, Strongman Corporation's mainly out of New York, and United States Strongman has like 3 or 4 in New York. So
that's also what's nice is you got a nice unified lead up, I guess, to bigger events.
Yeah.
Whereas powerlifting is like the definition of a total shit shoot.
Yeah.
Where everyone's a world champion.
Mm-hmm.
I look at like I'm very active now. Instagram's one of our biggest platforms, and I see a lot of different bios. And someone's always a world champion.
Oh, yeah.
And you know off the bat, all right, that's a nice little federation record you got in some different part of the country. But, yeah, no real world championships. You know, like I would consider if you could put world record in there, it'd be like you set the all-time world record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but there's just way too much federation. So everyone's a world champion. Everyone gets a trophy.
Even on Instagram, everyone's setting PRs. Like, oh, my foot was 5 degrees out more PR. Or, oh, I sneezed during my set PR.
No, you're just watching Jerry G's channel. That's
True. The fucking guy. Someone should punch him. I'll pay for it.
No, he's going to listen to this. He's going to fight you.
Oh, I welcome it. I welcome it.
He's going to fight you. All right, we'll film it in the back.
Yep.
Just
All right.
get down video.
I got my boxing gloves still. I still got them.
You still hold your commissionership.
Yes, I do. So I sanction backyard boxing events, so we're good to go.
We can have a squat depth battle any day.
We're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty much all we wanted to touch on today. We're going to do some other filming, so make sure everyone listening and you check out on our YouTube for some extra things with Nicky the Mammoth. And if you're listening on the podcast, make sure you go ahead and check out the YouTube. If he did some weird things with his hands at one point, you might want to see that. Might entice you to watch the YouTube.
Finger guns.
He was doing a lot of weird shit with his hands. You guys aren't going to want to miss this.
I'm very Italian.
So, if you're listening on iTunes, make sure you leave the
karate chops.
5-star review.
Fucking Mr. Miyagi
You're
over
only going
here.
to see it on YouTube, guys. 5-star review on iTunes. It really helps the podcast out. We thank you guys very much. Appreciate all the support. You can find, obviously me at Big Benches, at Bench and Benny, my personal account. And I think that's it. And then we got, Nicky Mammoth on Instagram?
Yeah, that's it.
So if you want to follow Nick the Mammoth.
Or even if you don't want to follow me.
Just follow him anyway.
Check his page out, see some cool lifts.
At Nicky _Mammoth.
Nicky, no I. I'm not a girl.
Real simple. Real simple. And then, at Small Arm Leg Strong, but he has a post, so don't worry about following him. All right, guys.
Too good for Instagram.
We appreciate you listening today, and that is it. You've been listening to the Benchcast.
Oh, I'm supposed to do that?